Hello my colorful friends, and happy summer solstice! Welcome to ColorsTWOW 8B. There were plenty of interesting things happening between 8A and 8B, so let's get to those. First off, I'd like to congratulate K-on901 for being the first to solve the Colors ARG. They clocked in on the 17th of June, 6:39 PM, a few days before everyone else, which is super impressive. I can't quite give you a prize, so here's 3 further mentions. K-on901, K-on901, K-on901. Secondly, former ColorsTWOWer Wii Phone has achieved a new world record in GOIM 500. Their time stands at 4:56 and is very mesmerizing. Link to the full run in the description. Finally, I got a new book. And the ColorsTWOW stat sheet has been fully refurbished by DJ Sharpno. It includes tons of cool little nuggets like the number of mentions and... Hey! Anyway, the 8th ColorsTWOW prompt was, you're at a talent show, however, your team members are blind, mute, deaf, fried, and Jimmy Carter. How will you wow the judges? And it will decide who will be the members of our oh-so-desired alumni. Now, some contestants said this prompt was too convoluted and perhaps too hard to follow, but honestly, I thought it was a fun challenge to pick apart a prompt with so many moving parts. Those who survived the hardest prompt yet deserve the title of alumni. Just like last time, we'll start with the highest placing ColorsTWOWer from last round, Lactose Intolerant, who got to submit 2 responses. Their highest response was, viral tweets astound the judges. Take a look, y'all.
Response 4346 JPEG.
Now, I've been aware that this is a callback to a tweet made all the way back in 2015, before TWOW was even made. But it doesn't really sound like a talent. Will voters appreciate the reference enough to overlook that? 60.61%. While it's probably not enough to win, it's a great score for this late in the game. Now, per some feedback on the previous round, I decided to include the scores of the double response prizes. We can see that Lactose Intolerance's second response got a modest 49.80%, which is probably because of that grammatical mistake. Be more careful with those. Up next is our current frontrunner, Blooper. I will say, I was a big fan of her second response. A nuclear bomb. Terrified judges skip ends. Ooh, clarification. No. But it was put judges in fridges, preventing souring on our clumsy performance that did better. A very clever pun. How will you do? 64.22%, also a very solid score. We now move on to those without a second response, starting with Mrs. Swagboy19, who said, look, my friend here is a fortune teller. See? Now, this response got a lot of flack in the ColorsTWOW Discord for potentially not being very appropriate. I personally would have given it flack for the weird question mark usage. It's not looking great, but how will you do? .76, right in the middle. Blooper has become our first ColorsTWOW alumni. Congrats! Next in line is Name in Korean, who I just learned is actually from China, who responded with credibility, presidential statements, true, we will win, Jimmy Carter 2017. Now, presidential campaigns are all about convincing people to vote for you, so credibility is always a great talent to have. Will viewers agree with this though? Oof, 44.18%. That's a bit of a dangerous score to get this late in the game, but we've seen lower scores survive. In other news, Lactose Intolerant is safe. Next is AFC Burgerville 1999, the only book to look unsure of every response they write. However, his response, acting scenes in 10 words, judges, impressed, answer simply, TWOW, is quite a creative take on the prompt and includes a nice little referential pun in there, so turn that frown upside down. Oh, maybe not yet. 49.73% is right in the middle, but it's a very controversial response. Mrs. Wagboy19 is safe, and you only need to place above 50% to confirm yourself a spot in the alumni. Someone who wants to confirm their spot in the final 9 is Mr. Swagboy19, who said, pull a rabbits out of hats, catering to childhood memories. Uh-oh, this is why I warned you to be more careful about grammatical mistakes. Will the bunny feel nostalgia be enough to save this response? Oh no, 26.92%. While it's possible you could have done better without that small mistake, we still have a few responses left to read out, so there's always a chance you could be safe. Up next is fan favorite Papaya Gaming, who sent, "Judges' misunderstandings awarded pity points." Did you see that? Wait. Now, out of all 14 responses this round, this might be the most realistic out of the bunch. And no, that's not me giving it pity points. How will Papaya Gaming do? Ouch, just barely not safe. The difference between Name in Korean and Papaya Gaming is a measly 0.20%. The former of that duo is now a ColorsTWOW alumni. We move on to the first member of the former Soviet alliance, Eastbourne, who responded with, "Perception skills. Blind contestant astounds juries. That's a maroon ball." Take notes everyone, that's a reference well done right there. In my opinion, I think this is a very well written response, but how will you do? Oh my TWOW, 73.96%. That's even higher than the percentage from round 6. Eastbourne has not only confirmed the ticket to the final 9, but is the first contestant to be declared automatically safe. Up next is former frontrunner Uzbekistan, who hasn't been in the best shape as of late. They said, "My pressure washer jetpack annihilates Clart and dust. Judges, satisfactory." Other than wowing the judges, I don't really see how this answers the prompt. Is the jetpack the talent? The annihilation? So many questions I need answers for. But I know you, Uzbekistan, only have one question in mind. How well did I do? Let's find out. (43.12%). That creates another very close gap between Papaya Gaming and Uzbekistan. With the danger zone now in full swing, these might be the razor-thin margins I talked about in the previous episode. First on the chopping block is Yeast Mode, who seems to have gathered a cult following on his Twitch page. His response was, "Carnival food. Fried Oreos proved a delectable treat." Again, I'm not quite sure what the talent is, but at least you got a jaw-dropping pun in there. Will this response suffer the same fate as Uzbekistan? Or will the voters appreciate it for the pun alone? Yeast Mode is safe. Goodbye, Mr. Swagboy19. A very recent fan favorite of ColorsTWOW, but not one that will be forgotten. From round 1 to 8, you showed great consistency, willpower, and creativity, but it goes to show how one slip-up can be fatal. You can rest easy knowing you made your country of Canada proud. Hope to see you in future seasons. Now, all that stands between Uzbekistan and safety is
What you doodling? Still no will to talk. That's fine, that's fine. You know, I've always liked you. Cool, collected, mysterious, but always focused and determined. A true gem amongst this ABBA-filled cast. I mean seriously, an absent-minded frontrunner, someone who won't show their own face, two people so obsessed with each other they copied each other's name. And don't get me started on that papaya freak. But you and I, we're the universe's way of achieving balance. And together, well, who knows if anything will stop us, eh? All this to say, I think it's time we form a pact against these liabilities. What do you say? Well, let me know when you're ready. No rush, really.
I'm telling you, that guy's never been the same.
I didn't know they were that close. I think there was something other than that, or...
No, I think they just have main character syndrome.
Cut that out! We're dropping like flies out here! What if a person you like disappeared, huh?
You people get attached so easily. It's just a game, dude. Yep, exactly what I was talking about.
You're a bad person. You know that, right?
Well, there's Papaya. Hey, have you seen Blooper anywhere? Think she's the only one not here.
If I recall correctly, she's in some karaoke competition right now.
Final
Think she's winning?
Nah.
I'm convinced those two underwent mitosis.
Papaya, would it be okay if we talked in private?
In private?
I think it's a discussion we need to have.
Good lord, does he know that I... No. No, surely not. Oh, shit. What if he...
Papaya?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. We'll talk. So, what did you want to...
I saw a vision of the future and it was fucking horrifying.
Lay off! You... What?
I don't know. It was so surreal, like hallucination would be. The control rooms, the multitude of chambers, the names of people I should have forgotten. I still feel like I see them when I blink.
Jerry, you're scaring me. Take a deep breath. Are you okay?
If I tell what I saw to someone else, I think I might be. Look, I trust you, you know. We're fruit pals.
Ugh, you trust me? I generally am not a very good person. What, you know something about me you don't want others knowing? Is that it?
Papaya, I don't know how else to put it, but you're the main character. You're the main character. I'm sorry I couldn't lay it on you gently.
What? What did you see in that vision?
Jerry Mandarin gets a great score and is safe. Goodbye, Uzbekistan, former frontrunner of ColorsTWOW and forever a legend of the Discord server. Your enthusiasm towards the TWOW is unmatched, and I hope that while your run ends at 10th place, just a fraction of a percentage under what you needed to live, that you had a fun time competing. I'm sure your legacy will be remembered for a long, long time. Let's go over some general stats for this round. Eastbourne has not only won the round, but just prized for the first time ever. The only two left to do so are AFC Burgerville 1999 and Mrs. Wagboy 19, who came oh so close last time. In other news, Blooper continues her prize streak from all the way back in round 2. Impressive, huh? Her second response didn't get a very remarkable score, so maybe these double response prizes are just too overpowered. On the flip side of things, this is Papaya Gaming's second time on the very last safe spot, and also the second time living by less than 1%. Now that's hanging by a thread. Another interesting fact, round 9 of ColorsTWOW will have that exact same number of contestants. How cool is that? For standard deviation, surprisingly, AFC Burgerville 1999's TWOW response was the most controversial, while also pretty surprisingly, Jerry Mandarin made the least controversial response. Also, yes, that's me at 27.51%. Sorry, I'm still not great at this TWOW thing. Let's just hope it doesn't backfire on me when I do it for real. Now, glorious final 9, I hear you asking, what's the next prompt gonna be? Well, I think it's time we shake things up a bit. You've all proven that you're more than comfortable answering the same prompt, but how about everyone gets a different prompt? I know, it sounds a bit insane, but all of you have been given a prompt in Discord DMs that has a slight variation from everyone else's. Your goal is to respond to the prompt in a way that is somewhat universal, or you could try to find out what the difference is between you and your other fellow TWOWers. The way you do it is up to you. For that reason, the prompt will stay a secret until ColorsTWOW 9A. But you already know the drill. You may submit to me either by YouTube PMs or on Discord through my alt, ColorsTWOW at 8263, till the 1st of July, 10 PM UTC. Best of luck, and see you soon.